In the mid-19th century, association football looked more like a muddy, physical brawl. Players could legally catch the ball with their hands to earn a free kick, and defensive tackles mirrored the brute force of early rugby. Because local clubs all played by their own regional house rules, organizing matches between different towns was nearly impossible. If one team expected a tightly regulated pitch, and the other played without crossbars or nets, the competition quickly broke down into arguments over what was actually legal. To solve this, the International Football Association Board, or IFAB, was established. They codified a standardized system that eventually evolved into the 17 laws of the game. These 17 laws act as a strict spatial and behavioral blueprint. They strip away the chaos to create a structured environment where athletic skill, rather than pure physical aggression, determines the winner. This vector map outlines Pillar 1, the physical geometry of the pitch. Law 1 dictates that touchlines must be strictly between 90 and 120 meters long, enforcing consistent tactical spacing for the players. Law 2 places similar constraints on the ball itself, requiring a precise internal pressure between 8.5 and 15.6 psi to ensure predictable bounces and aerodynamic flight. With the stage set, Laws 3 and 4 govern the cast. A team can field a maximum of 11 players and must adhere to strict substitution limits, typically 5 per match in professional leagues, to prevent constant time wasting. Players are also required to wear specific safety equipment like shin guards, while dangerous personal accessories such as metal jewelry are strictly banned. Pillar 2 establishes authority. Laws 5 and 6 give the central referee the final say on the pitch. Today, that on-field authority is backed up by off-field technology, with video assistant referees checking monitors for clear and obvious errors regarding goals, penalties, and red cards. Law 7 applies a rigid temporal boundary to the event. The match is locked to 2 equal periods of 45 minutes, plus any allowance the referee adds for injuries, substitutions, or disciplinary delays. Together, these first 7 laws act as the hardware of the sport. They build an isolated, carefully timed container where a fair competition can actually take place. This diagram illustrates the boundaries established in Pillar 3, the laws of match flow. Once play begins with a kickoff under Law 8, the ball remains active even if it sits directly above the boundary line. Law 9 dictates that the ball is only considered out of play when 100% of its circumference has completely crossed the touchline or goal line. We see that exact same physical threshold applied to scoring. Under Law 10, a goal is only registered when the entire ball clears the back edge of the goal line, traveling between the posts and under the crossbar. When the ball does cross those boundaries without scoring, Laws 15, 16, and 17 dictate how play restarts. Whether it is a throw-in from the side or a goal kick from the box, possession is always awarded against the team that last touched the ball. Without these strict restart mechanics, a team could simply kick the ball into the stands to kill the clock. Instead, these rules act as continuous recycling mechanisms, forcing the game into a perpetual state of motion. This vector mapping of the final pillar shows how the rules manage tactical friction. Look at this projection of the offside plane under Law 11. An attacker is penalized if any playable part of their body is ahead of the second-to-last defender when the ball is played. The arms are explicitly excluded from this calculation, with the legal cutoff drawn precisely at the bottom of the armpit. When tactical ambition crosses into physical aggression, Law 12 outlines the punishments. This is where referees issue yellow and red cards for reckless tackles. It also provides the technical definition of a handball, penalizing players who deliberately touch the ball or raise their arms to make their body unnaturally bigger to block a pass. The disciplinary system handles complex scenarios through rules like double jeopardy, which prevents excessive punishment when a player denies an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, known as DOGSO. If a defender makes a genuine attempt to play the ball but commits a foul in their own penalty area, they receive a yellow card instead of a red, keeping them in the match while their team still faces a penalty kick. Laws 13 and 14 resolve these infractions mechanically. Minor offenses result in indirect free kicks, while physical fouls yield direct free kicks. If a direct foul occurs inside the penalty area, it escalates to the highest stakes restart in the sport, the penalty kick. This final pillar operates as the sport's judicial system. It provides clear, escalating consequences to ensure that an aggressive tactical approach never compromises player safety. The 17 laws of the game are never finalized. IFAB continuously runs micro-regulatory trials around the world to identify vulnerabilities and adapt the rules to protect modern players. Player welfare drives recent off-pitch protocols directly into the rulebook. Teams can use additional permanent concussion substitutions for suspected head injuries without reducing standard limits. Referees can also initiate official cooling-off periods, sending teams to their respective penalty areas to immediately de-escalate mass confrontations. At the grassroots level, behavioral trials are currently testing temporary dismissals, known as sin bins. A player who aggressively dissents against an official is sent off the pitch for 10 minutes, applying an immediate, tangible cost to poor conduct. From local youth leagues to the highest professional stages, these evolving laws form a universal language. They allow two teams from completely different cultures to step onto a standardized pitch and play exactly the same game.